Good morning, Year 8. I hope you've had a lovely week and have no doubt you're looking forward to the weekend. You will be watching this video either in tutor or at home, and I'm excited to say that you'll be receiving your options allocations this morning. In this video, I will take you through the important information in relation to your options allocations. I will talk to you about how you will access your options, why you might have been allocated your fifth choice if that's the case, how you can go about requesting a change if that's something you would like to do, when you'll know your timetable, and I'll briefly mention about the Twilight curriculum. Firstly, let's begin with where you'll be able to view your options. You will use Go for Schools in the tutor section, and this is the same place as you view your option choices and the taster lessons, for example. So it's exactly where you've been before when I've asked you to check your options and so on. Firstly, in your progress section, you will scroll down to the tutor period. It's the last subject area. You will then see a list of available mark sheets, and you will see two of interest to you this morning: your allocated GCSE options and your submitted choices. Your allocated options are the ones you want today, and you will need to click into that mark sheet. If for any reason you can't remember what you chose, do have a look at your submitted options, which is the mark sheet below your allocated options. This will refresh your memory. So your choices will be available in Go for Schools from 9:05 a.m. and only once you've watched this video. Once you're in the mark sheet area, which I'll demonstrate in a moment, you will see options 1, 2, 3 and 4 listed. And now if you've been given your fifth choice, you will also see a reason why. And this is so you can understand why you might have been allocated your fifth choice. And I'll talk about the reasons that you get your fifth choice in some more detail in a moment. When you go on to Go for Schools, we go to our progress section to find our mark books. We scroll right to the bottom to see where we have tutor period. You will then see a list of available mark sheets. The one you're looking for this morning is your allocated GCSE options for 2022. And remember, I said your submitted choices sit just below that at the moment if you need to refresh your memory. Once you go into that mark sheet, you will see your 4 options that you've been allocated listed. And as I said, if you have been given your fifth choice, you will see a reason. So in this case, for example, that student subjects, the combination has not been possible, which is why they've been given their fifth choice. So do look at that carefully so that you can understand if you have been given your fifth choice. So we do have a small number of students who have been allocated your fifth choice, and this will be due to one of two reasons. There's a very small number of you that have been given your fifth choice because there has been what we call a clash. And that means that it has not been possible to timetable you into one or more of your subjects, as they will be running at the same time. Or, for example, that the combination of subjects was not possible. This is often the case where a subject such as PE only runs once in the timetable, or there is only one class of the subject, such as child development, Ingenium, dance or media, and they run at the same time as another of your options, which means that we can't make your combination work. So a very small number of you have been allocated your fifth choice for that reason. The second reason is due to oversubscription, and this means that there have been more student requests for the option than we have space available. Now this year there have been just 2 subjects where this is the case, and I'll talk about those subjects in a bit more detail. The 2 subjects this year are like many years previously that have been oversubscribed are design and technology, the graphics pathway, and food preparation and nutrition. So what happens? So students who had one of those subjects as a choice lower down on their rankings may have been allocated their fifth choice instead. Now, how do we decide? We do use a lottery system which is very random and as fair as possible. If you have been allocated your fifth choice, you are now on a wait list for either graphics or food preparation and nutrition. The way that we place you on the waitlist is also randomised to ensure it is fair. The waitlist process is quite complex as there may be more than one class that you could be placed into, so you may be on more than one waitlist for a particular subject. As a rule, we do not disclose where you are on the waitlist, as in the past this has caused difficulties for students. If you have missed out on one of your choices because of oversubscription, you do not need to do anything. You do not need to request a change. We automatically place you on the wait list. And if a place does become available during the change period, then I will be in touch with you. If you have not heard from me within the change period, then it means a space did not become available. We do not keep the waitlist after the change deadline has passed, as we don't permit changes after that date, and more on the dates later. Students who have missed out on their choices for this reason get priority over all other students, as any other requests for these two subjects are prioritised by the order in which they are received. And in the case of food preparation and nutrition, the waitlist is longer, so we will not accept any students who want to be added to that waitlist. So how do you go about requesting a change? So if you are considering changing one of your options, firstly, take some time today and even over the weekend to speak with someone, parent, carer, older sibling, or get in touch with a teacher or your tutor. Review the subject information on the website. And if you're having any doubts, do check what the other subjects involve. Remember, you do have an app for the options website, and I will include a link again in an email this morning with this video, so if you need to replay it, you can do so. You then need to submit a change request form, and I'll talk about the form in more detail in a moment. Once I receive the request, I will review your curriculum and work out what changes might be possible. I will email you and your parent and carer to let you know what options there are, and your parents can reply to advise me of your decision and confirm they approve of your change. Please bear in mind that this can take some time. So I would ask for the next couple of weeks that you do allow up to about 5 days for me to get back to you. Often changes depend on what other students are requesting to change, and it's a bit like dominoes. If one person comes out of that class, we can put someone else in, so it can take some time. So please be patient and avoid sending us follow-up emails once you've put the form in. We will get back to you. So how do you request a change? So as I said, you do need to fill in a form. Now, it's very important that students fill in the form. If your parents email me, I'll be directing them to the form which you need to fill in. So you can do that, of course, with your parent, but you must submit an online form which tells me which options you would like to change and what options you would like me to consider. A few important points about the form, and I'll show you what the form looks like in a moment. You must be signed into your Warden Park account, and you can access the form from the options website via the changing options page. And requests can only be made at certain times. So when can you submit a request to change? The form will open at 4 p.m. today. It will close on Friday the 15th of July at 9 a.m. So that's just before the last week of term, and that just allows us to finalise timetables and class lists. It will open again when we return in September, and all option changes must be submitted by Monday the 31st of October, which gives you a whole half term to settle into your subjects and make sure you've made the right choices. So I do need to point out that the following subjects have wait lists or very limited capacity only at this stage. So in addition to the subjects I've already mentioned as overscribed, we also have some subjects that, due to their popularity, are now also full. So whilst you can still submit a request to change to one of these subjects, it will be dependent upon whether another student is trying to change out of that subject, which may open up a space. I would add, generally each year we are able to accommodate students on waitlists in many cases. So do please submit a change if you wish, but it just may require some patience in waiting for a space to become available. So not to be disheartened if a subject you want to change into is not available at the moment, as it may become available at a later date. I would also just add as a caution, do not change into a subject because you think you will be with your friends. In many subjects, there are more than one class, so you may be allocated to a different class. So the subjects where there are waitlists only at the moment: dance, computer science, geography, the girls' PE group, DT graphics, and as I said before, we won't accept anyone else onto the food preparation and nutrition waitlist. It will be unlikely that we will be able to allocate everyone on that waitlist to food preparation and nutrition, and this will depend on students wanting to change out of food. Subjects where we do have just limited space, so it may only be 1 or 2 spaces: child development, art and media. So if you are considering one of those subjects, you would need to get your form in relatively quickly. We do prioritise requests in the order in which they come in once you are requesting changes. But remember, if you didn't get graphics or food because of oversubscription, you are already on the wait list. You do not need to request a change. So how do you access the form? Remember, I said the form is available via the options website. And in the first image, you can see a button labelled Changing Your Options. Then on the Changing Options page, you will see that there are 2 ways to access the form: via the link in the first paragraph where the circle is, or via the image that says Submit on the right, indicated with the arrow. Do read through the information on the page before submitting your form. When you see the form, make sure you answer all of the questions carefully. And once you submit the form, you will receive 2 emails. One will be a copy of your responses, and the second an email from me confirming we've received your request. Remember, at the moment, please allow up to 5 days for us to get back in touch. So, as I said, this form will open at 4 p.m. today. Do talk to someone before filling it in. And remember, if it is graphics and food that you are after because you didn't get it in your 5th choice, you do not need to request a change. You are automatically on the wait list. So you open the form, first name and surname. You do need to be signed into your Warden Park account because we will collect your email address. You will need to tell me which options you are looking to change from. You can choose more than one if that's the case. So do select the options you want to change from. You'll need to tell me why. Actually, this information is really important. It does help me to determine why it is you might be making a change. And if it's something I think the curriculum areas need to know, then I can pass that feedback on. You then need to tell me what options you would like me to look at, and I do ask for 3 preferences. Remember, I said that some subjects are now waitlist only, so any subject with 2 stars is waitlist only, and I can't get you in there at the moment. But remember, waitlists do change and spaces can become available. So the sooner you put the form in, the more chance you'll have to get that space. Subjects with just 1 asterisk, that just means it's limited capacity, so you need to act a bit more quickly on those subjects. So let's say you want to change from drama, just for example, select the box and you want me to consider art, for example. You'd happily do business if there was a space as well. And if there was still space available, you might also consider child development. So give me up to 3 preferences to look at. If it's only 1 subject that you want, just tick 1 box and you'll be able to submit. Okay, so remember the form opens at 4 p.m. today. This is the question I always get asked on options allocation day is who will be my teacher? You will find this information out when you get your full timetable right at the end of the term, and you will receive your timetable via email. Then, when you come back in September, your timetable will be on Go for Schools. And do make sure when you return, you use the timetable on Go for Schools and not on the email, as quite often over the summer, I might make a small change to a timetable, like a room change, for example. Nearly there. So I also just wanted to mention about a fantastic opportunity available to you here as a student at Warden Park. Unlike many other schools, you also have the chance to study an additional qualification after school. These programs are formal qualifications or accreditations, which means it's a certificate that's nationally well known or recognised, and available for you to study in addition to your regular timetable. I'll be sharing information about these courses at a launch event on Monday afternoon. And your parents and carers have been sent information where they can sign up to attend. And we've got lots of you already signed up, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you there along with your parents and carers. The information, if you're unable to attend, the information will also be available to you via the option website from Monday evening. So do keep a lookout, and I'll share reminders and emails to say that it's all available. These courses do have a limited number of spaces, and you do need to complete an application form. So if spaces are full and you haven't submitted your application on time, then you might miss out. So do come along on Monday if you're able to, or look through the information and make sure you submit your application on time. So you can see the list of courses there available on the screen. So a real range of courses from arts to business to classical civilization. And if you don't know what they are, that's why we're having the event. Come along and you'll be able to hear the leaders of those programs talking about what that's all about. So I will email you this video this morning along with a link to the options website as a reminder. Remember, you have the button on your iPad called options website. It's blue and yellow. Check the pages on the website. I've put an update information on the welcome page. There's the changing your options page or the frequently asked questions page. Please check those pages before emailing me with any questions. Today I'll be in and around the dining hall at both break and lunch. So if you want to come and see me to ask any questions, please do so. And next week I'll be in and around on the gate in the morning and so on as well, as a good place to ask me questions as well. Do email me if your question is not listed on the pages, but please do check the website. There's lots of information on there which answers most questions. That's it from me. We're going to release the option choices at 9:05. So if it's not quite 9:05 yet, hang in there and refresh the page. And as I say, I'm really pleased we've been able to allocate all of you as many of the choices as we can. Or nearly all of you have had your four of your 5 choices, which I'm delighted about. And I really hope you're looking forward to starting these subjects in September. As always, thank you for listening, Year 8, and do come and see me if you need, and enjoy the rest of your day.